What the juck is, everybody? Gender here, back at it with my video. Just like that, June is gone and it is now July. Happy July, happy Momentum Pass. I hope you all have your wallets ready as we get milked by a company that does not care about us. Yet we still play it because we love the game. All right, let's dive into my July plan. The first up, we'll be watching the Blaster take on the champion mission, and I should mute it because it's a little crazy. The champion mission, so you can watch that as I do this with that comboing. I know, I am a heretic. Anyway, July plan, first up the calendar. So of course, July 1st starts off with the BM Stimmy. We can do BM all over again, and if you can clear it, boom, 4.5 million big ones you are taking. If you can do extreme, that's 18 bill. God damn. And of course, the Momentum Pass Season 1, or Pass 1 is that, because we get 2 of these, and we do get free rewards, but all the good ones, paid rewards, they cost 50k Maple points. I know. It's a tough pill to swallow. Don't blame GMS. This is a KMS pass. Korean Maplestory gave us this. They're to blame. And they're going to keep releasing this shit because these Mechaberry tickets give a absurd amount of EXP. I think it's like at 280, it's like 9% for one. I know, it's crazy. And I think in the 290s, you get like 6T EXP. It's like unbelievable. They really make it hard, or I don't know. It's still a lot of money. I wish it was cheaper. Like, you don't need a price at this price point. Anyway, in greater news, the Erel will liberate, assuming I can solo Black Mage, will be eligible to liberate on July 2nd. I didn't quite get in time. I didn't kill Hard Lotus on day 0, so I'm not eligible for a July 1st liberation, but come July 2nd or the week after it's reset, the Erel will be able to liberate, and then we'll be able to take on cover foes like Hard Kai and Hard Saren, which I'm looking forward to. I didn't get a chance to boss before or after the mate, so I haven't tried out the Erel changes yet, so I'm looking forward to actually giving them a shot in actual bossing. Moving on, this Sunday is a Sunny Star Force and Rune Day. Really wish they didn't combine these. I wish it was like one weekend was an upgrade day, and then the next weekend was a training day. Like, just why have them on the same day? I want to do both, but not at the same time. Fuck it. Or make every Sunday this. There we go. And everyone's happy. So I'll be Star Forcing mainly. We'll get into it later. Then on July 8th, the next pass begins. This is the Burning Express pass, where we get like 180 express boosters over the course of the entire pass. And yeah, again, it's a lot of EXP. And this one's, it's at least a little cheaper at 30k Maple points, but god damn. It's, well, look, your decision. If you have fun, if you any of the means to, go for it. And that's it. That's it. Then at the next reset, it could be earlier if I decided to do Black Mage on these things, but I'm cool to just let them just be slow and steady. But the Shade and Dawn Warrior finally liberate, and they'll get a huge increase to their combat power, and they'll be a lot faster at killing bosses every week. They anywhere from like 30 to 40 mil, depending how well I roll on the weapons. But that will be a huge day for the Shade and Dawn Warrior, and probably the final upgrade until they start getting more pitchies. So it's a big day for them. July 12th, we've got the HEXA. Cheaper HEXA if you go above level 5. It's cheaper HEXA for for Link classes, but for normal classes, it's 50% off. Or I think it's just a greater chance to get level 5 or to get main stat out of level 5. It's really an in-game thing. If you haven't touched it yet, you can go and do it. Yeah, cool. And then of course 50% honor, which I'll most likely be using on the Erel to fix up my inner ability because it's a little chopped at the moment. Then July 19th, another Star Force, Star Force, Yeah, the 50% Mag Solith event, which we're using the new UI that I haven't really looked into, but hey, it's cool. My inventory is less clogged. Yippee! And then Treasure Hunter times 3. So fingers crossed I get an Especia. And of course, everyone watching this, please be blessed by Especia on that day as well. Legendary Especia, by the way. I want to see a green Especia chest and get that crazy, crazy screenshot of like 1 billion EXP. No, it's way more than that. A shit ton of EXP. It's a huge amount. And I think around, I didn't put it here. We may get it, we may not. But between July 12th and 19th, we may get a patch preview of the new update. Which on the 22nd, did you see that super kick? I went fucking flying. On July 22nd, we'll get the patch notes for version 270. This will be Kinesis, Ride or Die expansion, Altea Saga Season 2, and then of course Jupiter, Gear Drock or Gear Drac. Gear Dock, that's what GMS decided to call it. And the Astra Secondary, the Liberation Part 2, all that cool shit. Curious how this goes. Again, I'm also curious how Nexon's going to be addressing the monumental and generational issues they've been having this patch, which is just absolutely crazy. And of course, they may release the PTS. They're very hush-hush about it. They usually just be like, hey, yeah, it's happening. Yeah. So if the PTS is active, I may jump on it to dick around, but most of my attention now is on Erel and getting it to a state where I don't have to keep the pedal to the metal or whatever that phrase is. And then really the only other thing without seeing the patch notes happening in July is the Lynn will liberate on July 30th, which will be a great change. Great change? A great addition, as I'd love some more damage with the Lynn, as, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I was promised a broken class, and sure, it's quote-unquote broken, but I think it's more of a late-game scaler rather than a decent boss meal. I don't know. I should do some more comparisons to it, but I'm not sold. But hey, it's still pretty easy. I think the biggest thing is that the burst isn't like kapow, like Kaido or Kana, but then again, who is like Kaido and Kana? Like, no one can match up to them. Yeah, Lynn's easy. You just stand there and hold on bear, and then you have free heals. So look, it's not the worst. I'm not complaining that much, but look, I digress. Let's move on. All right, as for leveling this month, the plan is to get the Erel to 290, complete that Challenge World mission, and this isn't just the July goal, but it's also the August and the tiny bit of September we get for Challenger World. With how much EXP has been injected into the game thanks to Monster Park Extreme, Mecha Berries, the new Monster Parks, the Express Boosters, like, good God, like, I can easily see it happen. And the July goal is 285, which I think is reasonable, especially with all of the juice we are getting. But yeah, Erel's getting the Monster Park Extremes, the Monster Park × 7, and then the Kinesis will be created on the 22nd, and we'll be getting MPA and MPA ×7. And I'm most likely, like, not only is it already getting Hyper Burn, but it's most likely to be coming with its very own Goddess Pass. So it'll be a instant 260 with some freebies for both it and even the Erel. I think the Erel will probably eat the 10k EXP tickets that it gets, the advanced ones. So we'll see how that goes. The Kinesis is already going to be capped at 270, and it's going to get to 270 so quick. I'm not even going to bother trading it or give it like Janus, whatever. It's just going to get free shit, and then it's going to be ported over to Challenger, or sorry, back to Chronos, like ready to go, ready to get geared up and whatnot. It's weird having level 270 before like Golx is done. Like I haven't had that yet with my accounts, well, with my characters. But here we are, a whole new world right now, whole new world. As for Chronos, the Rent's actually getting a pretty decent amount of EXP thanks to MPA Monster Park, and it's slowly and surely making its way to 288. It has a couple of Mecha Berries that I got on day 0 that I couldn't afford on the Erel, and it's also getting the free boosters. You get like 10 a week, and the tickets are account-wide, but the boosters are worldwide. So both the Erel and the Rent can partake in those, the free 10, or the 600 mil, 30 mil each. You pay 600 mil, 600 mil, you get 10. And then the Blaster is not only getting it, I didn't list it here, but not only is it getting the MPA and the Monster Park, but it's also getting the EXP Duo boost, where you kill a bunch of mobs in Chronos, so in Challenger World, and then put that onto a character on Chronos. So right now I am focusing on getting the blaster to 280, so it's the prime position to be a quote-unquote finished Legion champion. It really needs a lot of love from symbols, and it being 270, well 271 in this case, yeah, it needs a lot of love. And of course, looking at the video, it's like, Bajando, the blaster's 273. Yeah, it's because I used this week's EXP duo thing and got 2 levels. So it's, hey, it's pretty good. It should be 275 next week. It's pretty good. Much better rates than Sauna. So it's, I think it's a decent $10 spent. I see value in it. Okay, I see value. That all that matters. All that matters. All right, moving on. The income for the month. So right now we're sitting at 61.8 bill. God damn, it's a lot of income. We've more than like doubled ever since I started like tracking my income, which is pretty awesome. 61.8 bill a week, 120 bill per Star Force or event to use to tap to my heart desires. And it's like it takes 2 weeks to make it, and then you can spend it in 5 minutes and make 0 gains. But you don't lose any gains with the new system. So I'll have to do a lot more mind mapping to see which one I want to actually upgrade. I'll go through some of the upgrades that I'm thinking about shortly. But this is what I'll be getting. Right now, 4 characters can solo BM. Well, soon to be 5 actually. The Erel's going to be up there as well. So 5 characters can solo, but 4 in Chronos. So that's a 18 bill Stimmy every month, which is, hey, it's pretty good. And of course, I'm only going up to 154 crystals until the Erel and Kinesis get transferred over. I'm not maxing it out. I don't really care about my end slot meals. It's like whatever. Sure, it's 20 minutes work, like 1.5 bill. I could get an extra 3 bill per week, but honestly, any difference between like 64 bill and like 61 bill, like, I'd much rather just save the mental, work on the current titanium meals, and then when they're ready to go, we can go for it. And then in Challenger World, look, it's difficult because I'm not tracking anything. It's sure I get the 5.4 bill from C10 every week, and I'm farming X amount of hours and making, I think my rate's at the moment around 600 mil an hour now, maybe 620 mil, which is pretty good. But with the push right now for Challenger World is just to finish drop gear. It's a time sink. But anywhere, so weekly income could easily be, I don't know why I put Star Force every single day. I just saw that. Let me fix that. Right, look at that. Perfect. No, you need to do this. There we go. Much better. So, and again, there's nothing really to tap on Challenge World yet. Like, I didn't get any KTs. I didn't get any Arcanes for the last 2 weeks. And I did get a Daybreak and a Slime Ring, but I only got 1 Daybreak and 1 Slime Ring. And I was told by some friends that do not use the new 4444 method in Challenger World when you have no income. And it's like 500 mil per tap. And gains aren't guaranteed. And I thought, you know what, it might be a great idea because I want to eke out some damage to do for the BM solo. Oh, there are better ways to spend your money, and I am now wiser for it. So yeah, I'm not sure. I guess early Challenger World Star Force events aren't really that good. Like, they can help, and look, some lucky dogs are gonna get lucky, and I'm all for it. Me personally, nothing to tap yet. I may get lucky this Sunday with a cheeky arcane glove that I can take to 20 or 18 star. But apart from that, like rental gear and challenger gear, like item burning gear takes up like everything else. And as for speaking of Star Forcing and cubing, whoops, let me do that first. So the main goal is to make bossing mules faster. And unfortunately, I've reached a point where basically all the Citini boss mules are gear capped. Aside from going to 22 star and everything, which I could do. Speaking of 4444, I could use the safeguard method, take all the 21s to 22, which I think would be a little expensive to do that. But look, the option is there. If I wanted a risk-free, expensive upgrade, I could just tap to my heart's content, get everything to 22 star. But jeez, I haven't looked at the math yet, and I don't think I want to. But it is there. And look, outside of like them liberating their weapons, getting any pitch drops, and then of course transitioning or taking arcanes to a higher star, they're pretty stuck at where they are. To be fair, once they liberate, they're going to be a lot faster at clearing every week. Easily 45 minutes per week down. Like, I think currently most of them are around an hour. And we're not talking about higher to Arcana because they're anomalies. And then the other is to then upgrade the Legion champions and send them to the moon, as they have so much spares. I kid you not, just how chopped my gear is on my Kana and Hardo. Like, I throw 100 bill at either of them, and they're gonna like... I'm pretty sure their combat power can double. I'm pretty sure they can. They're just sitting on a treasure trove of power. Potential incarnate. Same with the even the Erel. Like, the Erel hasn't seen any love basically the entire year. So it needs its comeuppance as well. The Blaster's already got a little bit of love. Could do with some more, but it is also back in the waiting room because big decision can be made once I get one of the 3 drops that I need. And I think I need a couple more weeks before it actually gets enough to be able to buy 2 of the ones that I need, the pitch. So yeah, and of course the Ren. Again, the Ren is also in a position of being able to get some decent gains, but it's all a waiting room because not only do I need pitches, but I also need money. And look, this is what happens when you have too many characters. You're spread too thin. You have to focus. So I may put everybody in a hat and then do a random, and whoever I pull it out, it's like, yep, you're the one I upgrade in Star Force for this week, which I think is kind of fun. So I may do that. As for Challenge World, in this case in point, I just spoke about it, but I am gear capped. There is nothing to tap. Some things to cube. I have the Daybreak and the Slime Ring are only 2 lines. The Erel you'll see in the upcoming prog video tomorrow. That its emblem secondary are basically done until further notice. And the only... What a nice HP death. Good one. And what's that? I'm going to be a little bitch and just wait until this revive timer goes down, so I wait for burst. Yup. But yes, the Liberation, the Genie weapon will be the next goal, throwing a bunch of abyssals and cubing it until it's some kind of 3-line. Doesn't have to be ideal, but it has to be good enough. I'm not sure if I'll settle for a 3rd-line IAD. We'll see what happens on the day. All right, moving on. Boss challenges. So I've finally updated this. The Ren still, look, I think basically the entire count now is ready to go to culling and adversary. To be fair, I think the Legion champions could start be running. They could be running easy adversary, easy Kalos, just for more money. It's more about me putting in the time. So I guess when Challenge World finishes, this will be the new project is to work on these bosses. But yeah, the Ren is basically stuck where it is. It's just chilling. I lifed out. I didn't life out of Kalos this week. I used my origin and I disconnected. Kalos used his ultimate move and my game client went bye-bye. So no more pieces this week, which was no pieces this week, which is very sad. But I'm slowly getting the hang of Kalos. I still don't know doing a blind ball toss into each system. Still need more practice, especially for UFO and the basketball that bounces. But look, like Black Mage used to be one of the bosses where I just couldn't do. Same with Hard Saren. But look, I managed to do. This is a bit of a spoiler, but Haido cleared Hard Saren this week solo, and it was a very cozy fight. I'm slowly and surely getting the hang of these boss fights. All you got to do is dedicate some time, and you'll eventually just be able to do them. Even this boss fight right here, Black Mage on Blaster, I thought this would be impossible. Such a mechanically intensive class against this thing? Nah, but here I am. Full stop. But yeah, sorry, it wasn't even a spoiler. I wrote it down here. Haido has cleared BM, has filled Hard Saren, but need to do it again for Champ Mission. Yeah, I did Hard Saren before I did Black Mage. I'm like, what the fuck? I soloed Hard Saren? Fuck it, let's just do the Champion Mission now. This is all off the back end of HEXA and be able to rent a Raw 4. That was the big power spikes for the Haido to be able to push it. Because it's only 130 mil CP as well. It's like, it's not even... like, the Erel was basically twice that CP when it tried to solo Black Mage, and I struggled. Surely my hand stat wasn't as good as it is now, but hey, it is what it is. And of course, the Erel, it has a big plate of bosses this week. Black Mage, Hard Kai, Hard Saren, all want to try and get them down this week. and then it's basically done, at least for my level of prog. I want to try and do easy Kalos. I think I can do it. I definitely want to join some normal Kalos parties by week 3, just so I can, by the time challenge what ends, it gets another internal. Be kind of nice. That's about it. All right, moving on into the back burner. So, look at that. I cleared Black Mage, and I'm still not done with this video. I need to hop to it. So, back burner, dailies on League of Champions and C10 meals continue. Ooh, cheeky ring box. I'm only doing them on the Ren, and then whoever I'm doing Monster Park on the second character. Right now, it's the hero until it's 270, and then, of course, the Erel. And then when the Kinesis comes out, dailies will be done on the Kinesis. And I'm not sure if when I'll return to the other characters, but we'll see in due course to see how my schedule frees up. The moment Erel becomes 280, there's a lot less pressure on trying to go all out just this once. Let's just reset the VOD. No, I'm nearly done. And of course, dedicated trading on the Ren is on pause, but of course, it is still getting EXP with Monster Park, MPE, and the free booster. And then the biggest one is I'm no longer creating C10 meals created via Hyperburns. Kinesis is the last one. That'll be my 13th Hyperburn. And any C10 meals after that, I have to start cutting some of like the baby bosses, like a Ketchy, Pino, Vellum, Magnus. Like Pino, I think, is the first one to go. But you still want to do Pino for the chance of getting a legendary fam card. That's like, maybe I'll drop something else. But yeah, that's after the 13th C10 champion. That's how you start going forward. And you can push it all the way until you can drop all of those baby bosses. And you're only doing the 8. The 7 pitched bosses. And then, of course, slime. So that's the long-term project. And then finally, future projects. Again, I've been talking about it all video. The Kinesis is going to be the next big one on July 22nd. It should be a pretty quick 260. And then with the second set of dailies you can do on Challenger World, and the fact that I won't need the EXP from the Arcane symbol quests because the Erel will be done, it's a free 270. Just like that. As for that, I also continue on with the 13 C10 meals created. It's going to be time to shifting my focus to finishing out and fleshing out my Legion blocks because they are kind of chopped in my. To be completely honest, they are pretty chopped. I still don't have my Merc isn't 250. I don't have a Mojwang level 250. Estelle, Demon Avenger, still not 250. All of these get really good Legion blocks. That's what I'll be using my Hyperburns for going forward. I'll be throwing them into these characters. Little awkward for the Demon Avenger because it has a GSE, which automatically makes it a candidate for a C10E Blast Meal, even though I don't really want to make it without a Hyperburn, but it always has that flair to it. This is kind of my list. S tier is all of the goated ones, mainly Merc because that's just a gold standard now. And then these are just the biggest damage gainers. A tier is more for utility. Night Lord Marksman for crit rate, 0 for EXP, Phantom for max to obtain, then mech for buff duration. All were decent in their own right. B tier for strength blocks. This is a very, very minor gain. It's 20 strength per block. And it's like, it doesn't scale with percent stat. So it's very minimal. And then for even more minimal gains, it's to also do the dex blocks. The dex blocks. Even less gain. As for my C10 shortlist at the moment, this is what I'm looking for. I should also, I guess, put down Ilium, even though I don't like Ilium, but it has a GSA. So if you know what a GSA is, it is a Horrible Badge, Ghost Ship Exorcist, legacy content. And yeah, I have three left. Sorry, and I should also add Demon Avenger here as well. Just look, the power of an extra 30 stat. It's too good to pass up. And of course, the Bowman. Look at this. Look at all these. God damn, these meals are crazy. I am most likely going to be making either an Iran or a Marksman. They're the two that most appeal to me. Sia is more there because it is just super strong. So it'll be a very quick and easy boss meal. And again, the next time these won't be created is in Challenge World 4. And I should, I guess, also put down Letty as well, because you can't dismiss a new class with all the new class rewards. Yeah, that's more long term. Nothing of this really really needs to be in the July calendar. It's really just all of this. But yeah, July is looking to be a good month. I'm hoping we get some sort of notice from Nexon to like apologize for their their is it unprecedented? Because it should be pretty we should expect this to happen. And even though Inkwell has created their team, the GMS team, and they're trying to avoid these issues, they still crop up. It's obviously the things I'd do to be a fly on the wall inside GMS HQ to just hear what's going on. To me, I think it's a combination of they're restricted in what they do, the team is small, they can't communicate with each other freely, which causes all the problems we see now. And but yeah, like I want to know whose decision it was to make the public test server private. We couldn't get more eyes on the new shit happening. Of course, I show off that super kick again. God damn it. Anyway, that does it for the July plan. Let me know what you guys are doing for July. Are you making Kinesis? Are you enjoying Challenge World? Let me know in the comments. And as always, have a good day. I'll catch you all in the next one.